Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. I am Arctic Wolf, and this is episode 17. In our last episode, we upgraded our passenger lines to electric, and we got these nice Milwaukees with quite a few cars on them, 8 cars each, carrying passengers around all the cities. It's fantastic. Here were our headquarters, where I was just checking out some stats. We've got quite a bit of stuff here to look at. Let's see. Cargo types transported 10. Number of lines 64. Passengers transported in 12 months. Cargo transported in 12 months. Total cargo, total passengers. It's all here. We're doing pretty good. We've got almost 1 million total cargo transported. Oldest vehicle is 198 years. What is that? Road vehicles 175. Trams, trains. Probably a tram. Thinking about it. Or a bus. We haven't upgraded our buses in a while. That's what we need to do today. We need to upgrade our road bus networks and possibly even get another resource tied in somewhere. I was thinking I wanted to do something with airplanes today. We got this grain right here and this iron right here, and then these 2 farms here and this coal right here that we need to take to the other end of the map so that we can feed this steel mill and this food processing plant. And then we need to take the food to Tempe, and we need to bring the steel from this steel mill over here to this goods factory. Then we need to get any leftover crude oil that's dotted around. I think it's this one and this one, and there's one over there. And we bring all that here to this refinery, and then we need to take the refined oil over here to this chemical plant. Then we need to bring the plastic from there over here. And it looks like there's iron and coal right here too. So we could put an airport here. And we're going to send iron and coal out over there and bring back steel on one line. Then we can bring in plastic from somewhere else and send the goods out to somewhere. But that is the plan for today. First things first, we get these bus lines all taken care of. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and speed this up so that we can get through it all. First thing we're going to do is go through and pick all of our trucks. We're going to upgrade those to the best truck for the job, whether it's carrying grains or fuel or tools and machines and food. They have different kinds of trucks for different kinds of stuff, so we're going to pick the best one for what we got. Then we're going to go through and we're going to balance all these lines. We're going to bring them all down to 3 trucks in the queue. If it's a delivery truck inside a city like that, it'll get 5 trucks in the queue. We just unlocked better airplanes right there. Then after I did the road vehicles, I went through and replaced all of the trains and rebalanced all of the train lines. Right here I was debating on which train locomotive to use. As you can see right there, we decided with the AC or the Alco PA diesel, and it has a boosted variety, and this ends up being the best train we can get for a long time for our freight. It's absolutely amazing. It's almost as good as the Milwaukee at this stage in the game. So we're just rebalancing the coal, the iron for the steel, the logs and the planks and everything. Just it's all getting new trains with the new number of cars. So I gotta run around. I follow each train probably 2 or 3 times to make sure that when it leaves an empty platform. It goes and drops it off, and when it gets back, it has enough space to pick up everything on the platform and then wait to fill one extra car that's partially full, and then it leaves for every train. And that process ended up taking a lot longer than I thought it would. So that big elaborate plan with the airports and moving things to the other steel mill did not end up happening. However, we are making so much money now. It is unreal. But I'm going to shut up and let you guys listen to some music and watch me do some more. If you were paying attention during the musical break, you noticed that we're upgrading our stations as well. any stations that can't hold enough for the train on its trip, I had to extend so that it could hold enough. So some of the stations ended up getting a little upgrade. Another thing that I did while I was doing this was I went and I checked all of the what are they called? The manufacturing, the industries. There we go. That's the word. Thank you, words. I went and checked all the industries to make sure that they were getting 100% receiving, 100% shipment, and 100% transport to all of them. And we are getting that now. Anything that's connected to the network is getting its 100%. If it's a raw resource, it's giving out its 200 that it can. If it's a manufacturer, it's receiving as much as it can and it's making as much as it can, and then all of our trains are delivering it as fast as possible. And I gotta say, it feels pretty good to be in this situation, in this game. There's been times when I've been playing this game where something happens, one of your lines gets a backup, and the maintenance takes over and tanks you, and you're just done. It takes all your money, and then you're doing fine, and all of a sudden you look, and now you're in the hole by $400 million, and you're like, how did that happen? And then you trace back your lines, and you find that you got 3 trains in a loop that are stuck on each other, but they're not triggering the warning because only if 2 of them are blocking each other, it triggers the warning. If they're all waiting for the next one in the line to queue, then they're not moving. They're just sitting there taking money, and that they're not delivering anything, so they're not making you any money, and that causes big problems. That is the main reason I am not doing two-way transit on the freight lines. The passenger lines don't get in each other's way because you got one loop going clockwise and one group going counterclockwise, and they only rarely have to cross each other's track. But the freight lines, they're going all every which way, and they're stopping and going for each other all over the place and splitting off the line to go here and splitting off the line to go there. I would rather just draw one dedicated back and forth route for all the freight for the trains. Let me know in the comments how you do it, but that's the way I prefer to do it, and so that'll be the way I do it for this particular playthrough. Maybe in another season of Transport Fever, when we do it on a different map, maybe we're going to do it with a different settings, because this is done on the tropical or the temperate one, but there are tropical and desert maps that you can do. Maybe we'll do something like that in the future, but for this playthrough, this is the way we're going to do it. We're going to be moving away from trains here in the fairly near future. We'll be putting in airplanes for sure. Another thing that I noticed while I was doing all of this, and you'll see me do a little bit of an attempt later on at doing some kind of paved roads type thing. Another thing I wanted to do on this map before we finish it out is get a complete highway network set up to all of the cities, because that might actually help with getting the goods transported around. You can just tell trucks to take it from one truck stop, take it to another city and drop it off. That becomes extremely helpful. So we will probably be looking into doing something like that once we get the Peterbilt semi unlocked, which is unlocked in I think 1971 or 74 or something like that. I know it's in the 70s. But if you look at the date right now, we are in 1950, what is that, 51, 52, something like that. And we're doing good as far as having a wide range of vehicles accessible to us right now. So I've paused the date speed on the game for this entire project. well, we're just upgrading everything to the new stuff. We don't want to be unlocking a whole bunch more new stuff and then be like, well, I just upgraded to this, but now we unlocked this one and that's better than that one. I just finished upgrading these, but now I got to start over upgrading and do it all again. I don't want to do that yet. So we'll pause the date speed and not get any more unlocks. I did that right after we got them airplanes in the beginning of the episode. What I did right there is I trimmed down the passenger network. The 5 trains going both directions carrying 8 cars each weren't running full. They were only running with about 75 people. And with those cars being able to carry 18 people apiece, that puts their capacity around 78 or 79, something like that. So that's good. Right here we're just making sure we're finishing up with the progress on the line balance, and we're almost done here. Now I'm checking city stats and station stats and looking at the other lines. Like the ship line needed a couple more ships, and then I went through and I renamed them all to log ship whatever number it is. Checking the new grain line we put in. We're going to follow this guy down, see how they do. This is where I upgraded the roads to paved roads. They have a higher speed limit because our trucks can go faster than the road could permit, so we upgraded that, improved throughput, had to rebalance truck lines again. Yeah, this whole entire balancing process took over 2 hours to do. And it's actually, in my opinion, is one of the better parts of this game, is getting yourself a good established network. And then as the demand increases on the network, you got to keep on top of it. One thing I like to do is to keep my maintenance all the way up. All the way on very high. No matter what. It does 2 things for your production. It reduces the emissions that your vehicles have because they're running at top efficiency. And when you have vehicles in bad condition, the the top speed of the vehicles actually decreases so that they're slower and they won't be getting there as fast as they possibly could. So if you keep the maintenance high, it keeps their top speed up and their emissions down, which are both good things. Right here, I'm reworking this intersection for the passenger lines. There was tracks in there that weren't needed, so I just took them out, and I made sure that everything as far as signaling and everything was taken care of on that intersection there. Ends up being pretty good. And then over here, anywhere there was a little kink in the track where the speed limit got dropped, I tried to make it to where it was a 75-mile-an-hour speed limit on them original tracks. When we upgrade to the high speed track, we're going to have to do that again. Okay, we're going to have to call it there for today, everybody. We got a lot done today. It doesn't look like we got a lot done, but we really did. We have no more steam-powered trains left on the network. We have no more horse-drawn carriages or steam-powered trucks on the network. All of our buses are diesel. All of our delivery trucks are diesel. All of our freight trains are diesel. All of our passenger trains are electric. We are ready to finish the network with the current vehicle availability before we turn the date speed back up. So that's all we're gonna have time for today. I just looked at the recording time. I've been recording for 2.5 hours straight. I'm gonna try to cram this down into 20 minutes, but who knows. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like this playlist and my channel, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know exactly when my next video is coming out, hit that bell icon. And you guys have a wonderful day. And with that, Arctic Wolf out.